Dear students, myself Dr. Nilesh Kumar Gupta. I am working as a professor in EC department at Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College, Ghaziabad. So, today I will teach you the subject of digital signal processing. Its AK2 code is KEC 503. So, in my previous lecture, I started digital filter design. I told you about the digital filter designing. At first, what is the digital filters, how these are different from the analog filters, and how you classified the digital filters, and what is the different in digital filter, and whenever you want to design digital filter, what you require. Okay. So, these all I told in my previous classes. In my this lecture, I will further continue about the IIR filter designing. Okay. How you design the IIR digital filter. At first, you should know about the IIR digital filter. What is the meaning of IIR digital filter? IIR digital filter means what? It means if your impulse response of the system lies for infinite duration of discrete time domain. Okay. So, it will be IIR. Okay. So, IIR filter, it means infinite duration impulse response system. How you design? For designing of IIR digital filter, you cannot design directly. Initially, you have analog filter transfer function or some specification of analog filter correspondingly. After that, you can design. So, generally in mathematically, because in this subject generally we are studying everything mathematically. So, here if magnitude response, that is called your system function or transfer function of the system, is given to you in analog domain. So, from that analog domain you have to convert, you have to transform that into the digital domain. Okay. Then you will be able to design your IIR digital filter. So, in IIR filter designing, you have to convert your HAS or HS, that is the transfer function of analog filter, into the HZ, that is the transfer function or system function of your digital filter. So, in this way you can design your IIR digital filter. Now, in this step, okay, these are the designing methods of IIR filter, like approximation of derivative method, impulse invariant transformation method, bilinear transformation method, and so on. But these are the main method. First method, that is the approximation of derivative, that I told in my previous video lecture, lecture number 9 I think, and I explained what is the approximation of derivative or backward difference method. How you convert your HS into HZ by the putting the simply S is equal to 1 minus Z inverse upon T. And also I told the basic concept of impulse invariant transformation method also. Okay. How you design the digital filter in this method, and some overview I told you about the bilinear transformation method. But in this video lecture, I will concentrate on only impulse invariant transformation method. It is a very important method, because these two methods are commonly used for designing the IIR digital filter, and in both the methods you have to convert your HS, that is the transfer function of analog filter, into its HZ, the transfer function of digital filter, or you have to convert your S plane into the Z plane, or you have to convert your S domain of the signal into the Z domain, okay, or your signal that is available in S domain in analog, you have to map, you have to transform, you have to convert into the Z domain or in Z plane, or you have to go from your S plane to Z plane. Okay. I hope it is clear to everybody. Next, this is the mapping diagram. You can see in my this PPT. In this mapping diagram, you can see how you map, how you transform, how you convert your S plane into the Z plane. Okay. So, these are the value are available in S plane, or you can say these are the your analog filter values. You can say you are partitioning here, you are sectorizing here, and you are converting this S plane value lies on S plane into the Z plane of the unit circle. Because whenever you draw the Z plane, then it can be recognized and identified by its unit circle. So, here what you are exactly doing, you are mapping, you are doing the mapping here from many to one. This is, that is why it is also called many to one transformation. Okay. Many signals you are converted, you are transforming from many to into one into the Z plane here. So, this is the basic fundamental of your impulse invariant transformation. Here you are doing the mapping from many to one, or you are transforming, you are converting your S plane into the Z plane. Okay. So, now in this technique, like impulse invariant method, what we do, that I will tell you in detail. So, in last lecture I told you about the basic steps, designing steps that you can use in impulse invariant method. On the basis of those steps, you have to design here. Okay. So, if you see properly this expression, okay, for solving the given equations. So, you find those three steps. In first step, what we will do? In first step, you have to convert your H s into H t by taking its inverse Laplace transform. Similarly, I am also using here, that I will show you. After that, you have to do the uniform sampling for particular time interval, then you will get the H of n, and at the last you have to take the Z transform of that H n, and you will get final H of Z. So, similarly, those three steps also I will use in this expression. Okay. Like in this technique, the desired impulse response of digital filter is obtained by uniformly sampling the impulse response of the equivalent analog filter, that is this. So, H of n is equal to H a into n t. It means H a आपका क्या है, H a t आपका impulse response है analog filter का. Now, you are doing the uniform sampling here. Okay. Then after that you will get the small h. Now, t is sampling interval here. Now, the transformation technique can be well understood by first considering a simple distinct pole case for the analog filter system function. So, at first what if H s आपको यदि for example मैंने माना कि H s आपको ये दिया हुआ है, what H s is equal to summation from I 1 to m a I upon s minus p I. It means you are containing one pole of p I. Okay. So, H a s is given to you. Now, from H a s you have to find out H a t. मतलब H a s जो आपको दिया है, what the transfer function of analog filter. उससे आपको निकालना है H a t, मतलब उस H a s का टाइम डोमेन. हाउ यू कैलकुलेट? You can calculate that H a t from H a s by taking its inverse Laplace transform. So, the impulse response of the system specified can be obtained by taking its inverse Laplace transform, and it will be in the form of what H a t is equal to क्या हो जाएगा. So, यदि आप इसका inverse Laplace transform लेंगे, what a I upon this, so that will be e to the in the e to the power. Okay. Obviously. So, it will be what from summation from I 1 to m a I into e to the power p I t into u a t. Okay. U a t I associate here because we are dealing the what? We are dealing here IIR. So, IIR means what? Your impulse response lies or exists for infinite duration. So, u of t or unit step function, unit step sequence is very important, because unit step function is lies or it gives its value for infinite duration. यूनिट इम्पल्स मतलब 0 और 0 के बाद इन्फाइनाइट तक उसकी वैल्यू क्या होगी 1. दिस इज द वेरी बिगेस्ट एडवांटेज ऑफ u of t. If we associated u of t here, so it will be for IIR. So, in case of IIR you can associate u of t, that is why I am writing here UAT. Okay. So, here what HAS and HAT is equal to what summation this I1 to AI, this is the formula by taking inverse Laplace transform e to the power PIT into UAT. Okay. So, next UAT is what? Unit step function in continuous time. अब यूनिट स्टेप फंक्शन कंटिन्यूस टाइम में भी वही होता है कि t 0 0 के बाद के इन्फिनिटी तक ये 1 होगा. इफ यू टॉक इन डिस्क्रीट डोमेन देन u of n is equal to 1 from 0 to infinity for discrete values, because on non discrete value it is not defined. So, what Hn now first step is clear, you are taking the inverse Laplace form. Now, you have to do sampling here. So, now you want h of n, that is the equivalent impulse response of digital filter, and how you will get? You will get by doing the uniform sampling of HAT. So, second step is what? You have to do here uniform sampling, then you will get h of n, small h of n. So, small h of n is equal to what? HANT, it means you are doing the uniform sampling of HAT, and that is equal to the what? I summation from I1 to m AI, similarly e to the power PIT. Now, you are doing the uniform sampling at that instant. So, you have to put t is equal to small n into capital T, and UA into t is equal to small n into capital. So, this is your h of n. So, here your two steps are cleared. मैं उन स्टेप्स की बात कर रहा हूँ जिनको मैंने अपने प्रीवियस लेक्चर में आपको बताया था कि बेस्ड अपॉन दीज 3 स्टेप्स you can design any type of expression in impulse invariant method. तो first step में what you have to do, you are calculating HAT. In second step you are doing the uniform sampling of HAT and you will get the h of n by the uniform sampling on this interval, or exactly you are putting small t is equal to what? It means what? It means what? You are putting small t is equal to small n into capital T. Here small n is what? Discrete time domain, and capital T is what? Sampling time interval. Next, now last step is what? Now you are h of n. Now from h of n you have to convert into h of z. So simply you have to take the z transform here. So in third and last step what? You have to take the z transform of this. So h of z is equal to what is the formula of z transform? H of z is equal to summation n 0 to infinity h n into z to the power minus of n, because here u of n is there. So you know u of n क्या होता है? U of n is equal to 1 whenever n is greater than or equal to 0, otherwise it will be 0. So if u of n is there, then limit summation already it will from 0 to infinity. So now you are taking the z transform. So if you take the z transform, it will be summation formula n 0 to infinity, and this is the value of h of n that you are getting in my previous PVT. You can see into z to the power minus ka n. Now you have to apply the formula here. So you have to change the order of summation here. Okay, order of summation here, it means it will go here and it will go there. Okay. So what it will be? I 1 to m and n 0 to infinity a I p e to the power p I n t into u a n t into z to the power minus of n. Now you are putting the value of small n from 0 to infinity. So you know whenever you take the z transform, because I hope z transform is clear to everybody. In case of calculating the z transform, you have to put the value of small n, because in z transform your limit is what? It will go from small n 0 to infinity. So you have to put the value of small n. Okay. So, here if you put the value, if you put the small n is equal to 0, so it will be a I e की power, it will be 0 1. So, it will be only a I, okay. Plus e to the power p I t into u a, and u a n t is what? U a n t, again here u a n t, it is equal to 1 for n greater or equal to 0. Okay. So, it will be 1, okay, for all the value from 0 to infinity if you take here, and you will find, if you open this, and you will find a GP. GP means geometric progression, and that GP series you will get, it will go from 0 to infinite. If any GP goes from 0 to infinite, then its summation formula is what? S infinity is equal to a upon 1 minus r. Here a is first term, r is common ratio. If here GP is there, so a is the first term and r is the common ratio. Common ratio means second term upon first term is equal to third term upon second term is equal to fourth term upon third term is equal to fifth term upon fourth term. So, the ratio of these terms, okay, that will be common in each other, that is why it is GP. Okay. So, if you open this series, then you will find the GP, and by this formula, what? A upon 1 minus r, here a is this, a I this, a I is the a, and r will be this one. If you open this, and because it is numerical paper, and then you have to solve more and more examples, more and more derivation, then it will be easy to you. Okay. So, here if you open this, you are putting the value small of n, then you will get this one, you will form a GP, and after getting the GP, if you apply the formula of infinite GP series, then it will be a upon 1 minus r, and it will be this one. So, h of z is equal to here from I 1 to m a I upon 1 minus e to the power p I t into z to the power minus of 1. So, this will be the your final expression of Z transform. Okay. Now, what initially you took here? What initially? Initially you are assuming 1 upon s minus p I factor you are having in analog domain. Now, you can convert by this method into this 1 upon 1 minus e to the power p I t z to the power minus 1. So, इस लीनियर फैक्टर को इस मेथड से आप इस लीनियर फैक्टर को एनालॉग डोमेन से डिजिटल डोमेन में इस तरह से चेंज कर सकते हैं. सो एच एस में जब भी 1 अपॉन एस माइनस पी आई आपको दिया होगा, देन डायरेक्टली यू कैन कन्वर्ट दिस 1 अपॉन एस माइनस पी आई इंटू 1 upon 1 minus e to the power p I t into z to the power minus of 1. So, this is the one formula that you can use under this impulse invariant transformation method. Similarly, any formula or any expression, any type of expression you can convert from analog domain into the digital domain by following these similar steps, or you can say 3 steps. First, you have to take at first your inverse Laplace transform, or you have to convert your H s into H t. Second, you have to do your uniform sampling, justly you are putting your t is equal to small n into capital T, then you will get small h of n, and finally, you will take the z transform of that h n, and you will get the h z of the digital filter transfer function. So, in this way you can map your signal. Okay. So, here you can see the some relation between the analog frequency and digital frequency under this method, that is the impulse invariant transformation method. Generally, in this method 3 formulas are there. First is this is for the linear factor, second for the cosine, third is for the sine. Okay. So, on the basis of 3 formulas, you can convert any expression from these to another one. Okay. But if you follow these 3 steps for any type of expression, then it will be possible that you can convert your H s into H z by using this method easily. Okay. Like we will see. So, these are the 3 formulas that you will study in your subject. If you remember these 3 formulas directly, then directly you can convert. Okay. और कभी कभी एग्जाम में प्रूफ करने को भी आ सकता है, लाइक दिस फॉर्मूला जो हमने प्रूफ किया पिछला वाला, तो ऐसा भी आ सकता है कि 1/s माइनस पी आई फैक्टर एच एस इज गिवन टू यू and you have to transform it into h of z, prove that. Okay. So, it can be asked in the proof form also or in any expression form. Okay. So, in both the forms and you can give the answer easily. Okay. If you follow the steps that I told in my lectures. So, first is your for the linear factor, you can see here, if you see. So, this is for your linear factor. Okay. This is for your cosine, like if your h of s is given in this term, in this form, what s plus a upon s plus a ka whole square plus b square. Okay. If your expression h of s is in this form. Okay. So, directly you can convert. Okay. इस फॉर्मूले को आप प्रूफ भी कर सकते हो जिस तरह से मैंने लीनियर फैक्टर का किया है, ठीक है, और पूछा जाए तो, और या फिर आपको सीधी एच एस में, एच एस इस फॉर्म में बना हुआ है, इस फॉर्म में आपका कन्वर्ट हुआ है, तो डायरेक्टली यू कैन पुट दिस फॉर्म, व्हाट 1 माइनस ई टू दी पावर माइनस का ए टी कॉस ऑफ बी टी इंटू जेड टू दी पावर माइनस 1 अपॉन 1 माइनस 2 टू दी पावर माइनस का 2 इंटू ई टू दी पावर माइनस ए टी इंटू कॉस बी टी जेड टू दी पावर माइनस 1 प्लस ई टू दी पावर माइनस का 2 ए टी जेड टू दी पावर माइनस 2. So, you can convert easily of this h of s if it is in the form of s plus a upon s plus a ka whole square plus b square. Similarly, if h of s is in the form of this what b upon s plus a ka whole square plus b square, then directly you can convert into its sine form, sinusoidal form, like e to the power minus a t sin b t z to the power minus 1 upon 1 minus 2 to the power 2 into e to the power minus a t cos b t z to the minus 1 plus e की power minus 2 a t into z की power minus of 2. So, these 3 formulas that you have to remember, and based upon these 3 formulas, one for linear factor, one for your in terms of cosine, one in terms of your sine. If you remember these 3 formulas, then any type of expression directly you can put the value and you will get the h of z from h s. और इनको हम फॉर्मूले से भी प्रूफ कर सकते हैं, कभी कभी एग्जाम में आ जाता है, मान लो एच एस, जैसे एच एस बराबर वहाँ लिखा था 1 अपॉन एस माइनस बी, ऐसे लिखा हुआ आ सकता है कि इफ़ एच एस इज इक्वल टू वॉट दिस एस प्लस ए अपॉन एस प्लस ए का होल स्क्वायर प्लस बी स्क्वायर. नाउ कन्वर्ट इनटू एच जेड बाय यूजिंग impulse invariant transformation method. So, you have to apply those 3 steps. First, you have to convert into its h of t. That how it is possible? You have to take its inverse Laplace transform. After that, you have to do uniform sampling. Then you will get small h of n. Then finally, you will take the z transform. Then you will have the h of z, and you will find, you will get this formula only if you follow these 3 steps that I told in this lecture and in my previous lecture also in detail. Now, if we see the some question here, now question is h s is equal to 2 upon h square plus 3 s plus 2. Find h z by using this impulse invariant method if t is equal to 1 second or t is equal to 0.1 second. Generally, t is sampling time interval, it is given in the question. If it is not given in the question, then you can assume capital T sampling time interval is equal to 1 second. So, it is no issue. Okay. So, here H s is equal to this one. So, at first what if it is possible, then factorize this expression. So, if we factor of this expression s square plus 3 s plus 2, then we will get what, s plus 1 and s plus 2. Okay. Factorize, if factorization is possible, then okay. Why? Because this type of expression you can solve by using only partial fraction method. So, by doing the partial fraction, you want the factors of this expression. Okay. So, what this one 2 upon this. Now, you can write this into partial fraction form, like a upon s plus 1 plus b upon s plus 2. Now, by the simple method in mathematics, you know very well how you calculate the value of a and b. If you calculate the here a and b value, then you will get H s is equal to this one. Okay. Now, these both are the linear factors, okay, like 2 upon s plus 1 and minus 2 upon s plus 2, then you can convert into the what, directly into the formula. What formula? अभी बताया था मैंने आप लोगों को, this formula. Okay. 1 minus s p I, s minus p I is converted into 1 minus e की power p I t z minus 1. So, here what if 1 upon s plus 1 is there. So, it will be converted into 1 upon 1 minus e की power p I t. It means p I here is minus 1. So, minus t z to the power minus of 1, directly you can put here. Okay. Similarly, if it is 1 upon s minus 1, so it will be converted into 1 minus e की power t z minus 1, and you have to put the value of t, because t is given here. If t is equal to 1 second, if t is equal to this, you can calculate the value, you will get the final expression for this. So, if you convert this into its linear factor, so it will be so easy to you for solving it. Okay. So, that is why I am telling you, always try to convert into its linear factors. So, it will be very easy to you, but if it is not possible, then you cannot do anything, then you have to solve in another way. Okay. I hope it is clear. Like next, if we see the another example, now you have to determine h z here by using impulse invariant technique for analog system function. H s is equal to 1 upon s plus 0.5 into s square plus 0.5 s plus 2. So, now this for this question, if you see, so H s is equal to this one, though at first you have to do the partial fraction a 1 upon this plus, because this is the quadratic equation. So, a 2 s plus a 3 upon this. Now, you have to calculate the value of a 1, a 2 and a 3. So, now you will get a 1 is equal to 0.5, a 2 is equal to minus 0.5, a 3 is equal to 0, then you have to put the value here, then your expression in this form. Now, this is the your linear factor. For this you have to make into its cosine form or sine form, and you will solve the equation and you will get the answer here. Okay. So, in this way, in terms of cos, in term of sine, you will get, and after here your t is not given to you. If t is not given to you, you can assume t is equal to 1 second. So, if you put the here, then you will get the final h of z. So, again in my next lecture, I will cover this example again. Okay. And also I told the some limitation, advantages and so on about the this method, okay, in IIR digital field. So, thank you very much. We will meet again. Thank you.